Hello everyone, my name is Araya, and you were doing a weird thing with your hand right as I said that.
It sure was. My hair keeps coming in my eyes.
Hello everyone, my name is Araya, and I'm here with my lovely companion,
Ali.
and we're here watching classic Doctor Who, which I'm very excited about. Yeah.
No, you go ahead.
What? No, but I introduced. I gotta hand it to you now. Come on.
So Doctor Who, am I right, fellas?
Doctor Who, all right, fellas.
So you love Doctor Who. How long have you been watching Doctor Who?
Okay, yeah. Background. That's a good idea.
Excellent.
I've been watching Doctor Who for a very long time, since 2013, probably, because I binged the show kind of in one go. I don't remember if I started before Series 7 of New Who concluded or not. But in any sense, I watched the 50th anniversary special on November 23rd, 2013, live on TV. That was my first piece of Doctor Who content I watched live. I kept up since then, fell off a bit during Chris Chibnall's era, but am rewatching the show currently with my lovely companion here, who hadn't seen it before. And we just got to Series 8, so we just started with Peter Capaldi's Doctor. And we plan to, go through, watch Jodie Whittaker's
One
era.
episode of the Peter Capaldi era.
And I'm excited for what's to come after that. But neither of us have actually seen Classic Who. We've both seen the first episode and
the beginning of the second.
And the beginning of the second, as in the first episode of the first serial and the beginning of the second episode of the first serial. So, and then that's all they really saw. For me, I've seen all of the first serial and a little bit of the second serial. Not all of it though. And I also have more of a general knowledge of Classic Who than Ali does, just like through osmosis for being in the fandom for 10 years. So I know, they know what all the Doctors look like because they've shown up in New Who and pictures and stuff.
Especially the 50th anniversary.
The Name of the Doctor had a lot of them. 50th anniversary, not a lot of them actually were in it, other than that one scene. Spoilers, I guess.
Spoilers for Doctor Who.
For New Who. This is Classic Who. As I am an avid list maker and spreadsheet maker, I've probably seen the title of every episode of Classic Who. Not that I have retained most of them or have any idea what they're about. There's a few episodes that I've seen bits and pieces of. When I was younger, I rented one Who story from a library. It wasn't rented, it was borrowed because it was a library. I don't remember what it was. It was a Fourth Doctor story. It might have been Genesis of the Daleks, but I don't remember. And I saw that, but that was a long time ago. And I don't really remember anything about it at all. I know of the existence of other episodes that I'll explain when we get there, but I don't know much about Classic Who. I don't know much about the actual stories themselves. And, the characters and such.
Well, my introduction to Doctor Who was a religious summer camp where we were tasked to make just little skits to perform for the rest of the camp and make them about Jesus. And one group did a Doctor Who themed skit where Rose and the Doctor go about, I forgot exactly what it was, but it was definitely about Jesus. I think they were spreading the gospel throughout space and time.
Oh, God.
And then later, I don't remember if it was that year or a different year of the same camp. I went to multiple years of that. I was super nerdy and fandom-y and all that, and I wouldn't shut up about, weird niche webcomics on the internet.
Mm-hmm.
But at the end of the weeks, I don't really recall, some of the leaders had little paper plates, and they drew things on them, and they wrote nice messages, and they were personalized for everyone, and everyone got a little plate with little things written on it. And mine had a TARDIS on it.
Paper plate awards are very common.
Yeah, I wouldn't know that. Mine had a TARDIS on it, and it was keep on shipping, or whatever it said. Because, I was this huge geek. But I'd never seen Doctor Who, so and they'd never read certain niche webcomics on the internet. So they just defaulted to the most fandom-y piece of media they could think of at the time. And also, I mean, I was on Tumblr. People used to like...
still are on Tumblr.
Still am on Tumblr. But people used to like Doctor Who on Tumblr. Either people don't talk about Doctor Who on Tumblr anymore, or I blocked the tag for spoilers, or both. But you showed me New Who. New Who's awesome. I'm loving it. It's great.
Yeah.
Fantastic. And
it is fantastic. It is Allons-y, and it is Geronimo.
But Old Who... Okay, so you showed me the first episode.
Yes.
First episode was fine. We got to the beginning of the second episode, and things really started to drag for me.
Yes.
It kind of took me out of it.
The first serial is not very well liked, universally. I got through it no problem. I thought it was fine.
I think I gained a better appreciation for it after watching the BBC...
An Adventure in Space and Time.
Yeah, which is like a BBC biographical...
I've heard people call it a docudrama.
Docudrama?
Yeah, docudrama.
Yeah, it's a biographical sort of dramatization of the beginning of Doctor Who and what it was
it's a great movie. Check it out. It's on Internet Archive. I don't know if that's pirating or not, but it's just on Internet Archive.
Internet Archive. But that was fantastic. That was absolutely lovely. Regardless of specific detail accuracy, just the image that it painted of these, TV newbies, or at least, their first times, directing and producing
Verity Lambert, the
There
first female producer at the BBC.
Yeah. I can't believe a gay Indian man and a
Waris Hussein.
Jewish woman in 1963 were able to make an absolutely incredible show for the BBC of all things.
It's true. And Sydney
Nothing but bad
Newman
respect.
came up with the idea, I guess.
Canadian.
Sydney Newman. that was a good thing. Check it out. We're kind of rambling here, but this is the 0th episode, technically.
0th episode, yeah. So in that movie, I discovered that there's an Unaired Pilot.
Yes,
which is
I knew about this. I have seen this.
I have not seen this.
They have not.
But from what you told me, it's just the first episode again.
But worse.
Worse.
Yes.
Apparently the Doctor's an asshole, and there's pieces of lore that get retconned.
There's also a lot of flubbed lines. Or like a few flubbed lines.
The door keeps opening.
Yeah, in one scene, the door keeps flying open, and the maintenance people have to shut it, which you could hear in the episode.
Delightful.
Which I'm excited to point out when we get there.
I can't wait for more exciting television flubs in the future. Ones that they kept.
Yes.
It adds a real feeling of authenticity. It makes you feel like you're there crying your eyes out because nothing is going right in the studio. But let's get on with it, shall we?
All right, shall we?
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Well, I've got the file pulled up right here.
Stellar
This
intro.
is the Unaired Pilot. There's actually a different thing about the intro than usual.
Oh.
We've also both seen a bunch of classic intros.
Yeah, you showed me every single Doctor Who
It was a long time ago, guys. I'm sorry.
You also showed me the William Hartnell regeneration before I watched anything related to Doctor Who.
But I didn't show you the whole thing.
No, but still.
Nor have I seen the whole thing.
Well, I mean, the whole thing doesn't exist anymore, does it?
They animated it.
Okay, well, I'm excited for that then.
Yeah, listen, so before I thought I was gonna watch Classic Who, let alone my partner here, it was
your companion.
a little you're my companion and my partner.
It sounds a bit old-fashioned, doesn't it?
Jeez. God damn it. What was I gonna say?
Before you knew you were going to show me
Yes.
Classic Who.
Yes. I was kind of reckless with what not avoiding spoilers, and I apologize for that.
It's... I don't know the exact... I'm bad at math. It's over 50 years old.
Yeah,
If you could
exactly.
spoil a
It's
show
almost
made
60 years old. It'll be 60 years old this year.
Wow. If
Yeah,
you
the
can
60th anniversary
spoil a
special's coming in
60-year-old
November.
show, it's my own damn fault for not watching it sooner.
I know, right?
Plenty of time.
All right. So yeah, I mean, like, I just showed you, like, the moment of back then, rather than like the whole context of it. Because I've never seen the context of it either.
Yeah, you just showed me that.
Because that whole fourth episode was missing for a while. And there is surviving footage of the like last little bit of the scene.
Well, would you like to get some context?
I would love to.
All right, well, we have to start somewhere.
We should watch the show. You're right. You know what? We're rambling. But yeah, anyways. Here we go. The Unaired Pilot episode titled An Unearthly Child. Let's get started.
Can't wait to compare.
So, this intro. You hear that like thunderclap? Mm-hmm. That thunderclap isn't in the intro usually. They took that out of the intro. Remember when they said
too frightening for children?
Yeah, in Adventure in Space and Time.
Absurd.
It was that little like noise they had to take out of the intro for the first proper first episode.
Sorry, that's
I love this
ridiculous.
Intro. I mean, I love the first Doctor's intro. I am Foreman Scrapyard.
Mm-hmm. I am Foreman. I'm Foreman.
Scrap Merchant. 76 Totters Lane.
My assumption is that's where the name Foreman came from.
Yes, that is my assumption as well. However, I certainly have not read that or heard that from an official source. There's less fog in here, by the way. There's more fog in the final version in this room.
Good.
Everything's clearer in this version.
Wow, back in a time where this object made sense.
There's a police box.
I mean, I guess it would make sense in a junkyard anyway, wouldn't it?
It's very gray.
Unearthly Child, creepy dolls. Keep your eye on them. So this is Barbara?
Barbara on the left.
You don't know what to make of it?
Ian. Barbara Wright, Ian Chesterton.
You know, in the 1960s, I would think someone who's a time traveler would be particularly bad at history.
Your homework's been so bad.
Yes, I said.
Yeah.
Well, finally, I got so irritated with all the...
Not if they've been to all the history.
No, especially if they've been to all the history.
Did you indeed?
I don't trust any piece of history from the
Good
1960s.
point.
Everything was wrong. That is another concern of mine. Historical inaccuracy.
Historical inaccuracy?
I mean,
Probably.
I know they're going to do the best they can, but, you know,
Well, we'll have to find out for ourselves. won't
50
we?
years, the historical episodes from New Who are going to be inaccurate because they're going to be outdated, and new information's always coming out. I just hope nothing's racist.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Doctor Who is largely uncontroversial.
I mean, I'm sure it won't be intentionally so, but, you know, like...
Yeah, I got you.
Thank you. It will be interesting. I'll return it tomorrow. Oh, that's not necessary till you finished it.
I do love their accents.
I wonder how old Carol Ann Ford was as Susan.
I don't know. She doesn't look very 15 to me.
Well, yeah, I mean, I'm sure
Cinema Sins ding goes off.
This is
What on
not
earth
in
are you
the
doing?
first episode, I'm pretty sure.
I don't know what she's doing.
Me neither, honestly.
A Rorschach test for herself?
I guess?
She's trying to test her own mental sensibilities. Make sure she's not gone mad. I don't know what she's doing at all. The hexagons.
Over there, where the police...
Sure, I see why they cut that out. It was a little bit unnecessary.
But her homework.
She was 23.
Excuse, really?
Just being a
I forgot to enable the subtitles.
Do you want to put on subtitles? It's a bit late.
Yeah.
Yes. Well, I expect there's a very simple explanation to all this.
Well, I don't know how you explain the fact that a 15-year-old girl does not
Oh.
know how many...
Oh,
Yeah.
there's our first flub.
Really?
Yes, I can...
See, subtitles are good because we can still read it even if we're talking.
That's because
I wonder how
I'm
old
not being rude, but...
Susan is within the
Universe?
newly established canon
I'm sorry.
of Time Lords.
It's just an
I don't know how much of
Oh.
that canon existed. Probably none of it at this
She
point.
means it.
Yeah.
These simple experiments are child's play to her.
You know, it's almost got to the
I
stage
think
where
I-
want to trip her up.
I think I know something about Susan, but I'm not fully confident about it.
Well, we'll find out.
A, B, and C is the 3 dimensions.
I find this ridiculous, by the way.
Impossible unless you use D&D.
Time being the 4th dimension, I suppose.
She's adding 2 more
What do you
dimensions.
want evil? What do you make the 5th dimension?
2D girl. Okay.
Space being its own dimension is so fucking stupid.
That feels like
Stupid?
Because the first 3 dimensions are spatial dimensions. And there is an argument that you could add a 3 spatial dimensions plus 1 temporal dimension to get a 4-dimensional... But...
They noticed the sign that says Foreman on it.
I feel afraid.
Yeah, maybe Susan Foreman's parents own the junkyard or something.
Either that or it's an alias.
True.
For a
I
poor...
think they'd think of the former in the letter first, though.
Let's get it over with.
Really? It seems like she's a poor orphaned homeless girl living in a junkyard. Spooky. I love all the discarded mannequins and such. I hope they don't come to life. That would be right cheesy.
I do love that the police box thing started in an era where police boxes were commonplace.
Well, it would have been something else if police boxes weren't commonplace.
Well, for sure. But then when police boxes like disappeared off the
It
streets,
became the Doctor Who
it
thing.
like was only it was just so like
I'm going to pretend that
Connected to anything?
in much the same way that Christians complain that gay people stole the rainbow from them, that the British police force complains that Doctor Who stole the police box from them. Oh, there he is!
there he is. We're gonna hear his dialogue.
I hear you're much crankier of an old man in this.
Is it reasonable to suppose that anybody would be inside a cupboard like that?
It's not a cupboard.
Is it therefore unreasonable to ask you?
Might
to
be a
let
wardrobe,
us have a look
though.
Inside?
You have no right to be here.
The door is slightly cracked. Barbara could just go in there.
I suggest you see this young child tomorrow instead of bothering me.
Won't you help?
See, look,
With 2 of the teachers from
Door's
the
open.
Coal Hill School.
Slightly
We saw
ajar.
her come in and we...
And I don't understand your attitude.
Yours leaves a lot to be desired.
Will you open that door?
I will not.
Why not? What are you afraid we'll find there?
Go away.
Open the door!
I certainly will not.
yeah,
Speaking of attitudes leaving much to be desired,
And I think we'd better find a policeman.
and in the proper episode, I don't know if you remember very well, but he's a lot more silly.
Man.
He's still stern, but he's
Go back inside and shut the door. Shut the
he's
door.
very concerned.
Young man, come back.
That's another thing.
I love their
Did you
outfits.
see how you could see into the TARDIS from outside the police box, like you can in Modern Who?
Yeah.
The final episode doesn't have that.
Oh.
They got rid of that. Yeah, they don't actually show that for at least a while. I don't actually know
I
how
do
long
love the
that's
round
a thing
things.
for.
This,
The round
this
things
is
are
the
great.
perfect number of round things, I think.
It was just a box.
Perhaps.
It can't be.
It was. You saw it. See, I knew this sort of thing would happen, you stupid child.
Stupid child. Ooh.
Whoa!
We are here.
Sir!
I'd just like to...
Step down!
Yeah, he's a lot meaner in this.
I made up TARDIS from the initials.
Apparently, Susan made up
did.
TARDIS from the
Relative dimension in space.
which isn't like
Which-
super like
That's a plot
fitting
hole.
in
That's a plot hole for New Who.
I don't know. Maybe she came up with it like back on Gallifrey, like a long time ago.
A thing
No,
that looks like
because-
a police box.
Everyone else refers to it as TARDIS.
Yeah, but maybe she made up with it a long time ago, and everyone picked
Anywhere
it,
in
adapted
time
it.
and space.
He locked the doors on them. That bastard.
Mm-hmm.
He won't let you go.
Oh, Jesus.
You pushed something when we came in here. It was over here. Now, which is it?
Oh boy, I do hope they're consistent about the placement of the buttons. I would sure enjoy that.
I
think you'll be happy about that.
Master, not for...
Father, he doesn't understand. Let them go now. What if it is true?
Jeez. He's keeping hostages.
All right.
How undoctorly.
Chance myself.
Very well, I can't stop.
Whew. Oh, okay. I mean, what threat did they pose to him?
You can't keep us here. Grandfather,
Nothing.
We'll go somewhere else some other time.
Whether you believe what you have been told is of no importance.
Yeah, he's pretty mean in this.
Time,
I mean, I can empathize with the sentiment, but not with the actions that accompany it. I mean, the best way he could have handled this was to play it off and not give them all that background information. Like, if he was so concerned about it. What's he gonna do? Strand them in
He hit a button.
caveman times? Is that his plan? Jeez.
They are moving though.
Well, there's the outro.
The intro,
Sorry. I'm sorry. The intro that happens to be at the end.
but it's not the outro. This is the
Sorry.
TARDIS traveling.
Oh. Oh. Oh, I like that. Okay, I like that. That's very cool. That's neat. No, I didn't even think of that. That didn't even occur to me. I mean, it makes sense. Modern intros include the traveling of the TARDIS in a very different way, but I like this interpretation. It's very abstract. I mean, he just sort of pressed a button, didn't he?
Yeah. You press the travel button.
Of course. I'm gonna simply press the travel button. Oh,
Well,
and there we go.
That was the Unaired Pilot. How do you feel about that?
It was all right. It was, yeah. It really would be a shame if a major political event, like like an assassination or something, came along and prevented people from seeing it.
Anyways, that part of it, there
we are.
That part of it, that's really cool that was part of the theme since the beginning. But it was used in the outro segment as opposed to the intro segment, which is a pretty cool thing to have. I love the opening thing so much.
That was a fun historical experience.
Yeah. And this episode this video is only going to have that one episode in it. But going forward, we're going to have 2 episodes usually per video, sometimes 3 if we need to fit one in for serial length purposes.
Serial
That's what we decided, right?
Yep.
Cool. Well, and in that case, that was pretty cool.
You want to discuss?
Let's discuss it, yeah. But we don't have much to discuss.
Not really. I did see an episode that was very much like that, but with, And
we're going to watch that one again.
Kinder Doctor. Yeah. I can't wait to compare it. I'm really happy that you realize we have captions, because that'll make it easier to do.
Yes.
But what shall we say?
Well, I thought that episode was a very solid first attempt, and I see why that they said to remake it with the various flubs and the and just Hartnell being like, this guy's too mean, So I'm excited to continue with the story, to check out the real first episode pretty soon, which I've seen before, but just kind of directly compare that, and then get going with the story.
I'm excited.
Get you to see the rest of Serial 1, discuss that in full. Move on to Serial 2, check out Serial 3, 4, 5, etc. By the way, we are doing all of them, even the missing ones. We've decided on that. The recons.
The audio only screenshots.
I do have captions for the audio only ones though. So
nice.
Yeah.
That's fancy.
I know, right?
Something like that.
So it'll be nice.
Spoiling me.
Yep. And we're going to watch whenever there's an animated option. So we are watching this. We're starting this in early 2023. The BBC has recently announced that they're taking a break from animating serials. The last one was one titled The Abominable Snowman. Or Snowmen or something, I don't know. So we will be watching all of the animated serials as we get to them, which are, missing serials that have been animated. But, if any come out after we watch the recon, unfortunately, then we might go back and check it out. That could be a cool video to do.
I'd be happy to do that.
Unclear. We'll see what happens.
Unless it, sucks, but I don't think it will.
Yeah.
The show was popular for a reason.
I know there's one episode, I haven't seen it, but I know there's one episode that was actually completely remade in live action, which we'll check out when we get there, of course, that version of it. And I'm excited for this. What do you think?
Me too. I'm very excited.
I'm very excited for this. I'm so excited to watch Classic Who. I've been wanting to for so long.
I know, you talk about it every day.
All right, in any case...
I'm excited too. The biographical dramatization made me really excited to watch.
Yes.
So hopefully it lives up to my high expectations. And my high expectations is, gosh darn it, did they try their absolute best with the budget they had?
Yeah, it was never really like a high budget show, and I know that there's like terrible CG graphics later on when CG first starts.
I can't wait. That is so exciting.
They're like, oh my god, we can make this really weird CG graphics. Let's use it now.
I think there was some bad CG in some of the intros you showed me. Delicious. Can't wait.
All right, so we're gonna get there eventually. In any case, I guess that's it for this one, right?
Mm-hmm. Should we make up an outro?
Thank you guys for watching this. It was great. If you stuck around to the end, then we really appreciate you. Make sure you leave a like if you enjoyed it, but only if you did.
And if you didn't enjoy it, don't.
And if you don't want to miss when we do these episodes next, because we're gonna watch the whole thing eventually.
Whole gosh darn thing.
Then subscribe and ring the bell for post notifications if you so choose to. I'm very excited for this journey.
And tell us what your favorite religious summer camp experience was in the comments below.
I'll save that story for next time.
Oh, what? No way.
No. There's a thing related to. I thought of this when you mentioned the religious summer camp thing. There's a thing that about Doctor Who and about its history. If I'm missing episode, I'll tell you next episode.
Can't wait.
All right. Anyways, I'll see you guys next time for An Unearthly Child proper episodes 1 and 2.
Will you be seeing them?
Yes, I will be.
Look out. She's watching you.
Bye.